Good morning to you all. My name is Aryan Singh Rana, and in today's video, I'll be explaining you the solution to the LeetCode problem 2149 with the title Rearrange Array Elements by the Sign. So it is a question of medium difficulty and covers topics such as array, two pointers, and simulation. So the question is pretty simple, and it says that you are given a zero indexed integer array nums of even length consisting of an equal number of positive and negative integers. Okay, so this statement over here simply says that we have been provided with an array which is called as nums, and it contains equal amount of positive and negative numbers. For example, if we have array of length 4, then we will have two negative and two positive number, and it is guaranteed that their equality in numbers. After that, it is saying that you should rearrange the arrangement of nums such as the modified array follows the given condition. First, every consecutive pair of the integer have opposite sign. Second, for all integers with the same sign, the order in which they are present in nums is preserved. Third, the rearranged array begins with the positive integer. Okay, so there are three very crucial conditions that the array has to follow, or we are being said that we need to arrange the array in such a way that it follows the three crucial conditions, which is that first each consecutive pair should be of the opposite signs. For example, there is a example array of 4 length, and it should contains an elements like either positive negative positive negative, not like positive positive negative negative, because the consecutive pairs, each consecutive pair does not have opposite sign. That's why it is saying that that's why the answer would be like positive negative positive negative positive negative and so on till the length of the whole array. After that, it is saying that the order of the whole array, which we were provided with, should be preserved. For example, if there is an element, if there is an array like 2 1 minus 1 minus 3, then the answer really should look like 2 minus 1 1 and 3 minus 3. And as you can see that the 2 is the in the original array, the 2 was first, and in the if we take the in account the only order of the positive numbers, then 2 was first and second, 1 was second, and in the answer array the 2 is first and 1 is second. So that's how we need to preserve the order of the original array. After that, it is saying that after the rearrangement, the array should always begin with the positive number. So it is a strict condition that we have to follow. After that, it is simply saying that return the modified array after rearranging the elements to satisfy the aforementioned conditions. So yes, after fulfilling all the three conditions, we need to return the answer array. So let me go through the example first so that you can get a even more clear understanding what the question is trying us to say and what we need to do. So as you can see that it is an array. So as you can see that it is an array of length 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So as you can and we have noticed that there are three positive number and three negative number. As you can see there, 1, 2, 3, three positive number, and 1, 2, 3, three negative number. So the number of the quantity of positive and negative number is equal here. Now in the output array, as you can see that the first a positive number is arriving, which is 3, then negative number, which is -2, then again positive number, which is 1, and then again a negative number, which is 5 -5, then positive, then negative. And if we randomly pick any consecutive pairs, then we can already notice that the pair contains opposite signs. So the as you can see that if we, for example, pick these two pairs, as you can see that the element inside this pair, both the elements are of different sign. So that's how the order is maintained, and that's how the consecutive pair is maintaining their opposite sign nature. So after that, as we can see, we will check for their order, how their order is in comparison to the input array. Now, as you can see that in the input array, we have been provided contains elements in the order 3. Let's account for the positive numbers only. So as you can see that first 3 arrives, then 1 arrives, then 2 arrives, and in the answer array, the let's see the order is preserved or not. So as you can see that the first 3 arrives. We are only accounting for the positive numbers here. So first 3 arrives, then 1 arrives, and then 2 arise. So as you can see that the original order that we were given from the input array has been preserved in this as well. And let's go for the negative as well. So as you can see that first minus 2 arrive, and in the output array, first of course minus 2 is arriving in the array. In the input array, the second negative element was minus 5, and you can see that in the after minus 2 there comes minus 5 and then minus 4, and which is same as the input array. So that's how the we are preserving the order of the whole array. Now this is the example number 2. As you can see that there was only minus 1 and 1, and because the condition says that the first integer should always be positive, that's why the 1 would be replaced over here and minus 1 would be pushed back. So that's how the output array would be given. Now coming to the constraint of the whole array, sorry, whole question, the length of the array would always be greater than equal to 2 and less than equal to 2 into 10 raised to 5. Now, why is it only greater than equal to 2, not greater than equal to 1? Because if there is only one element, so at a time array can hold only a single element, and that's where the quantity of positive and negative number, the condition dissatisfied there only. Because for us to have equal number of positive and negative numbers, the array's length should always be even, and that is also been explained in the second constraint, which is that array's length is always even. After that, it is the showing us the variety of elements that the nums can hold, which is from 1, from greater than equal to 1 to less than equal to 10 raised to the power 5. Now the last context says that the nums consist of equal number of positive and negative integers. So yeah, it is the same as it was told in the above question. Now, coming to the solution. Now, let me first tell you what exactly I am doing in this question. Now, if we take into account the answer arrays, just a second, like this. This is our answer array. Okay. So if we check the, let's just observe the indexes of positive numbers only inside the answer array. So the first positive number is 3. So its index is 0 over here. Now the second positive number is 1 over here, and the index would be 0, 1, 2. Now the third positive number is 2 over here. So the as you can see that the index would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's check for the odd number. Okay, this is this line. The line below is for the odd indexes only. Now the first odd number arrives at the 1 index. The second positive number arrives at the third index, and the fourth positive number arrives at the fifth index. So as you can see, we are noticing a pattern over here. Now the pattern is that we can see that positive numbers only arrive at even indexes, and the negative numbers arrive at the odd indexes. You can see that even in the second example, we can see that the positive number is only arriving at the even index, and the negative number is arriving at the negative index, oh sorry, odd index. Let's take another example. Okay, let's say there was an input array, sorry, there was an output array that we got, like for example 1, -3, 4, -5, minus, sorry, minus not 6, -7, and 0. No, 0 is neither positive nor negative, so it is would not include 0 in the whole equation. Now let's say 2 and -5 again. Yeah, let's say -9. Let's see. Now again, let's check the indexes for the positive number only. So as you can see that the first element arrives at 0 index, the second positive element arrives at 2 index. The third one arrives at the 4 index. The fifth one arrives at the 6 index. Okay. Sorry. First arrives at the 0 index. Second element arrives at the second index. The third element arrives at the 4 index. And the last element, which is 4, 5, 6, arrives at the 6th index. Now again, let's count for the, let's see the indexes of the negative numbers inside the output array. Now remember, this is the output array. As you can see that the first element is positive. Each consecutive pair inside this array contains a pair in which the pair has the elements inside that pair has opposite signs, and as you can see that it can satisfy all the three conditions over here. And we are assuming that the output array is already preserving its order. So now as you can see that this was the indexing for the positive number only. Now coming to the negative number, the first index would be 1, the second number index would be 3, the third index would be 5, and the last index would be 7. Now again, you can see that the in the output array, the indexes for the positive element is always even, which is 0, 2, 4, 6. And for the negative elements, it's always odd numbers, which is 1, 3, 5, and 7. And we already know that the consecutive even and odd numbers always arrive after we add after we increment it by 2 with the with the current number we have. For example, if we have 2, if we add 2 inside it, then we'll get the next consecutive even number, which is 4. Same for the odd numbers. If we have currently odd number 3 as the current number, and if we want to get to the next consecutive odd number, then we simply need to add plus 2, or you can say that we only need to do plus 2 inside the 3, and we'll get 5, which is the next consecutive odd number. So that point is also important for my solution. So now coming to the solution over here, as you can see that first I stored the length of the original array inside the variable n, and it stores the initialized it like a dot length, which would provide me the length of the input array. After that, I created a answer array which is of integer data type, and the length of the answer array is of n. Okay, as you can see that it is n over here, because we would be returning the answer array, and for the answer array to accommodate each and every element from the input array, then of course the length of the answer array should be equal to the input array. Now here comes the main source of the whole question. I am creating two variables which would store two indexes, which is for positive number. One is for positive number, and the other is for negative number. Now, in the previous example that I have explained, we know that the first positive number always begins with the always comes at the even number, even number or even places, but the starting index is always 0. And same for the odd number. The same for the negative number. The negative numbers only comes at the odd places, or odd indexes, you can say, and it always initializes, or it always begins from the one index. So that's why I created two integers which would only accommodate for the even positive indexes, and one for the odd negative, odd indexes. So yeah, so positive indexes stores only it only accounts for the positive number, and negative index would only account for the negative numbers. Now after that, I initiated a for loop which would iterate through each and every element that is available inside my array. Now what I am doing over here is that I am checking if my current element inside A at the ith index is positive or not. Because if it is positive, then what we will do, as you can see that if the first if condition satisfied, which means that the current number at the ith index inside the array A is positive, and we will then include that positive number inside our answer array with the help of positive index in the in variable that we created. As I told you, the positive index variable only accounts for the positive number, placing for the positive number. Now, as you can see that we will place the element which is at the ith index inside the A array, inside the answer array at the pos index. Now the pos index is currently 0, so it would store the first element which is positive inside the 0 index. After that, as you can see, the updation command for the positive index is +2. As I told you before, for us to get the consecutive even or next consecutive even or odd number, we need to add 2 in the current number that we have, with either it is even or odd. So if we add 2 in the current even number, then we will get the next consecutive even number, and if we add 2 in the current odd number, then we will get the consecutive next odd number. Now similarly, if the first if condition fails, then we will go to else, because if the current element at the ith index in which is available inside the array A is not positive, then of course it means that it is a negative number, and then we will add that element inside our answer array with the help of neg index, which will store the with the help of a next neg index, which will store the current element which we are iterating over on inside the answer array at the odd places. Because as we know that in the previous observations, we can see that we have observed that the negative numbers always arrive at odd indexes. And after that, same over here, the updation command is +2 over here to get to the next odd index, because the current one is occupied by the current element which we were iterating on. After the whole for loop is being done, the answer array would be filled by the numbers following all the making keeping in mind that they follow all 3 points over here, and the answer array would satisfy all three conditions over here, and after that I'm simply returning the answer array. So that's all for this code. Now let me just run to see if my test cases are passed. As you can see that all the test cases are passed. Now I'm submitting the code to further test multiple test cases. As you can see that my solution was successfully submitted, and it the with the runtime of 3 milliseconds, and it beats the 100% of the users that submitted the same solution. Sorry, not the same solution, that solved the question. This same question with the help of Java language, it beats 100% of them. Now coming to the time complexity of this whole code. Now, as you can see that the whole time complexity of the whole of this whole solution is completely dominated by the number of iterations the for loop is taking. Now, the number of iterations the for loop is taking is completely dependent on the length of the array. So, in conclusion, the time complexity of the whole solution code is O of n, where n denotes the length of the whole array. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.